This is Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we are talking about social media.
I'm good. You sounded like you were trying not to crack up when you started to read the intro to the podcast.
I was trying not to crack up because I noticed that I was just sitting there waiting for something to happen, and then I realized that I was the thing that was supposed to happen.
I didn't notice. Was there an extra long time?
There was a few seconds longer than normal. So if the intro sounds a little odd, that's why.
That's funny. Well, the funny thing was I was trying not to crack up because I thought of something funny just as you started talking. I was thinking about our conversation before we started recording where I cracked you up about my makeup mirror, right? And we don't need to talk about what it was, but so I was trying not to crack up too. And then you anyway.
I almost started laughing because on one of our recent episodes, I did the same thing where I just sat there and waited for it to start, and then nothing happened.
I remember, that was funny.
Well, maybe we ended up re-recording the beginning because it was so ludicrous. But maybe we'll have to do an outtakes episode or clip or something and share that with people because it was pretty funny.
I don't think we can do an outtakes episode though because I don't think we edit it very much, do we?
It's so true.
We don't. Everything's an intake. but maybe we could do that funny clip with you laughing so hard after the long pause. We could just clip that and put it in the show notes or something.
Yeah. It'd be pretty entertaining. At least to us. I think it's funny.
Right.
And then my husband confessed the other day because we were at the beach over the long Labor Day weekend, and it's sort of complicated, but we drove there separately, and so he was driving there by himself, and he listened to our podcast on his 2-hour drive. Aww. And I know, not the whole time, but he did listen to, I think, 1 or 2 episodes, and I was teasing him about it a little bit, and he's like, well, it's your laugh. I like hearing you laugh.
Aww.
Isn't that sweet?
It's very sweet. And why in the world would you tease anybody about listening to our podcast?
Well, because it was like, you're coming to spend a long weekend with me.
Oh, I see. It was the
you're going to hear me talk a lot.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe you chose to listen to me talk when we were apart.
You guys are newlyweds and all. Yeah. It didn't even occur to me that was what you were going after. That's so funny. I figured he was listening to it for the incredible information, not just to hear your voice.
Well, actually, he does that too. And routinely will text me with how he's taken our suggestions and acted upon them.
Oh, I wish all our listeners did that.
I know. It's really, it makes me so happy. He listened to the Tolerations episode and then texted to tell me that he ordered these, the little plastic, they're like little buttons sort of that go on your seat belt to keep the tab, for your seatbelt that goes into the other thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It keeps it from sliding all the way to the bottom of the seatbelt where it comes out of the floor.
I can picture
so there's
exactly
like a
what
little,
you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I didn't realize this, but the tab had broken off on the driver's side on the car that he drives most of the time, and and years ago, and it's always bothered him, and he's never done anything about it. And he listened to that episode, and while he was listening to it, he ordered them on Amazon. And he's like, you can only buy like 12 at a time, and they cost like $1. But he did it, and then he installed it as soon as they came, and he was very happy.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So we love hearing those stories.
Absolutely.
Hint, hint, listeners.
Yeah. Anybody else have a story like that? Feel free to share it.
Yeah. But what we're talking about today is social media.
Social media, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it doesn't sort of fire up any perfectionistic tendencies, you could share it with us on social media. Right.
As we were going to talk today about how sometimes social media can, in fact, trigger those perfectionistic tendencies, right?
Yes. Yeah. And, I think a lot of people deal with that. And there's even been a fair amount of research done on how social media, there's plenty of ways in which social media helps you actually feel more connected to people, but there are lots of ways that you can feel perfectionistic, whether it's by seeing how other people are portraying their lives, and I use those words very purposefully, or feeling like you're not doing social media right.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's so much good about social media, in my opinion. Like, I mostly enjoy Facebook of all the different social media. That's my favorite, but I love the interaction, and I love how it allows me to be acquainted with people from my childhood and so forth. Makes high school reunions a lot more fun. But I love the cat videos and stuff. But or goat videos. I mean, there's so many animal videos on Facebook that I love so much. But I also don't like some of the feelings that I get sometimes when I'm taking in social media. For me, in particular, it's Instagram. I don't even pay attention to Pinterest. I use it for like curating pictures of short haircuts to take to my hair cutter. That's about it. But Instagram in particular, it's the pictures of beautifully organized homes in particular that get me, and it's not because I feel inadequate, because I'm over all that, but I feel like it's presenting to consumers, potential clients of professional organizers, or just people who want to be organized in their own, an impossible and unrealistic portrayal of what organized looks like. Right. And it makes me crazy.
Yeah, well, and it's setting up this standard, and it's really insidious because, that's been around for some time in the form of magazines or commercials or something like that. But you weren't inundated with those in the same way that if you're spending time on social media, you are on social media.
Right.
And there's a way in which social media, particularly the people who are really adept at it, make you feel as if this is their actual life all the time. And it's not. And it's very curated, and it's very staged, and it's very, I'm sure there are some people that live in houses that look like they're straight out of, Pinterest all the time. But I think for most people, even people who are, naturally organized and love beautiful things, or, whatever prompts them to keep like that, it doesn't always look like that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's an interesting dichotomy to me, the good and it's definitely double-edged sword. That's it.
Yes.
Social media for me. And for me, the good outweighs the good feelings outweigh the bad feelings for me. But it's all, all that it has to do with who you're following and what shows up in your feeds and so forth. But I hate to think that it triggers feelings of inadequacy among people who feel they aren't perfect enough when they see these perfect lives that are portrayed, as you say, in the various social media channels. I mean, it's one thing when it's a celebrity. Okay, I'll believe that some movie star with $1 billion lives like this and not feel bad.
Because they have a team that keeps their home and them looking like that.
Right. But the social media, people who are making their living trying to influence me in social media, who are, I think, perhaps giving an unrealistic view of their lives. The ones that
Yeah, and it's easy to get caught up in that. Well, if they can do it, I should be able to do it. Mm-hmm. I think for a lot of people, and particularly if you like we talked about in the last episode, if you have this tendency towards perfectionism and it tends to impact your feelings of self-worth, that becomes something that you strive for. Like you create I'm jumbling up my words so badly right now, but the ultimately what I'm trying to say is that you're comparing your insides to someone else's outsides. So we're all a complicated collection of feelings and experiences and everything, and you're comparing that to this curated image, which is just capturing a moment in time, and there's no way to compare those two things. Right. Not realistically.
Right. Yeah, if we can let go of those feelings, it would be nice. Or adjust our feeds in such a way that we're not bombarded by those things that make us feel that way. Not that it's that much in our control, but in a way it is.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit you can do. You can unfollow people on Facebook, which doesn't mean that you have to unfriend them or block them, but you can just unfollow them so their posts don't come up in your feed. So, if you have some people, friends or family in your life that you feel like you want to remain connected to through Facebook, or that you would feel bad if you unfollowed them or something, unfriended them, then take them out of your feed. Curate your feed so that it helps you feel good.
Right.
Make sure you have lots of cat and goat videos.
Right, that's the key to happiness.
Yeah.
And interspecies videos. That's
I know. Every time I see an interspecies video, I want to send it to you, and then usually I see that you already have posted it.
Right, because I just love that so much. Yeah, right. I'm with you. I mean, I think that's a great suggestion, is if you have those icky feelings when you're looking at your social media feed, think about how you can remove those things that are making you feel icky.
Yeah.
It's pretty
And I've also noticed that the things that get me are the ads really on Facebook. I'm like, these people know how to say, to hit my buttons and make me think I need that thing.
Oh, I know.
And you can even curate that. There are settings in Facebook, and Instagram's owned by Facebook, so you can do it there too. And I don't think there's the same sorts of issues on on Twitter. But you can refine the kinds of ads you're shown. Mm-hmm.
And you can do that also by, clicking on the little triangle on ads, the little drop-down triangle to say, don't show me ads like this.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and the other way that social media gets me down is, as an entrepreneur, thinking I need to be better at doing social media. I mean, I've been feeling that way since 2008 when I started trying to be good at social media. Mm-hmm. Trying being the operative word. Because it's such a moving target anyway.
Right.
Like, yeah. But the idea that there's a right way to do it or a perfect way to do it is at least not attainable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's so true. And, I obviously there are, particularly if you're using it for business, there are more effective ways to get your message to the people who want to see it, and less effective ways. And that doesn't mean there's a right and a wrong way to do it.
Right. And it feels like the ways are always changing.
Yeah.
So I stopped.
And they are because, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and, now that it's not just a straight chronological feed that's coming up and everything's an algorithm, they're always changing the algorithm because they find out that people have figured out how to hack the algorithm so that they show up more. And so then they try to, it's like there's this whole push-pull thing going on of, people who want to get their message in front of more people trying to figure out, oh, look, now if we do video, we get in front of people more. And then Facebook is like, oh, people are gaming the system. We need to change this. And, it's this whole thing. And actually, I think the key word there is game. It's a game. And figuring out how to play the game in a way that makes you happy is the key.
Right. Figuring out to play the game in a way that's fun would be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it were a fun game.
Well, and, not to make everything about, I sort of feel like you when you first started doing yoga, because I'm going to tell a story about cartooning right now.
Excellent. Let's let cartooning replace yoga. My yoga.
Yeah. The teacher encouraged us at the very beginning, you can't, and I can't remember, I might have shared this already, but you can't post the pictures of your work directly into the forum where the class is taught. You can only post a link because, there's 30 people posting multiple pictures a day. The bandwidth that you'd need would be unwieldy very quickly. Mm-hmm. So you can only post a link. And there are ways you can do it where you keep it private, but they encourage you to post on your social media, whatever social media you use, and that you do it publicly, which is, for me, I wouldn't say it was terrifying, but it was definitely seemed to be terrifying for a lot of people. It was a little bit like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, it was more, I don't want to subject people to this every day. In addition to wanting to, make the other posts that I'm regularly making on social media. It just felt like too much. And then I decided, well, I'm going to use social media in the way that supports me, and so I want to do it this way. And if people don't like it, they can unfollow me or unfriend me or whatever. I'll let people manage their own issues. I won't try to protect them.
Well, and in fact, it looks like you've gotten lots of supportive comments and stuff.
Yeah, the things I'm posting from the cartooning class are garnering like way more comments than a lot of things I post. So, and it's nice. I mean, it's really great because it's in trying to build this practice and this habit of doing this every day. I have to say it's very helpful to get good feedback.
Sure, positive reinforcement. I think that's terrific. Well, and I can imagine it would make me feel vulnerable to post something at the very, very beginning of the learning curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is a big ask, and I think it's great that you're doing it because it allows me. Speaking personally, I love watching the progression, and it's only been a couple of weeks, so
I know.
I can't wait to see. And this is going on for 6 months, right?
6 months, yeah.
Yeah, can't wait to see how it.
I sort of feel like this is like setting me up a little bit because what if people feel like I'm doing really well now. How much better am I going to have to get by the end of 6 months?
I would totally feel that way if I were you. I mean, yeah. So I'm sure it'll be great.
But also, I'm happy to say I don't care, which feels revolutionary.
Wow. Good for you. You're not attached to the outcome of this.
I am not attached to the outcome. Because I really, I want to learn this skill, but really I want to learn how to learn this way. And I want to learn, how to develop a practice and consistency. And I've never really been good at practice or rehearsal or really putting a lot of regular ongoing effort into something. And
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. You trained for 4 marathons. And I know you had regular practice with that.
Yeah, but somehow that felt different. Because it wasn't like I had to learn anything. I just had to get my body used to going further. If that makes any sense. I mean, you do sort of have to learn that it is possible for you to run 26.2 miles. But I didn't, I'd go out and I'd do my runs, but it wasn't like there was anything really to learn.
Right, you were building your endurance, not your talent.
Right.
Yeah, okay. But it was a regular practice that was admirable.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted you. You were on a roll. I just couldn't hold myself in.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So my goals were to come out of this knowing how to put regular time into something, sort of regardless of the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And to just get comfortable with that, as opposed to being more of a fixed mindset where, this is how I am naturally, there's only so much I can do. Mm-hmm. And really accepting this idea that I can learn something and make improvements and change my ability to do something or not do something.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. And it's wonderful that social media is supporting that.
Yes.
It's really cool. If you'd done this 20 years ago, you wouldn't have had the ability to share like that. Or
right.
15 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd be photocopying stuff and mailing it.
Right. Exactly. Isn't that funny to think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, with my social media for my business, which I have struggled with for about a year ago, I flirted with hiring a social media consultant. I tried her out for, I think it was a month. She did a perfectly nice job, but it just didn't feel right to me. So what I ended up doing was setting a goal of sending out 2 social media updates a day, have them be organic, just whatever
right.
I'm thinking about, or I'm sharing something or whatever, unplanned. And if I do that, then I feel satisfied. And that's completely just my own. I'm not measuring anything. There's nothing behind that goal in terms of knowing that it's the right thing to do. It's just what feels right to me. And in fact, there are many days where I don't manage to do that. Never mind that I am on Facebook every day, because
right.
but I might post, on my personal account. That doesn't count, because it's not trying to further my business. So that's been really nice. I set the bar what felt pretty low, and I gave myself permission to not even reach that, and I'm happy.
Well, and the great thing to recognize about a goal like that is whatever you do is better than nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's more than you were doing.
Right. Exactly. There was a time where I was using a service. I was paying for a service that allowed me to schedule things, and recycle them and so forth. And I felt really good when I just stopped doing that.
Really?
I wasn't enjoying. I wasn't present with that. I wasn't present in the sharing, and it may have been good for analytics. I don't know, but it feels better to be. It feels more authentic to me to be.
I was going to say
in real time. It
sounds like there's a element of authenticity that was missing.
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yeah. So I think that's good to recognize, and to keep reminding ourselves why we're involved with social media to begin with. Back to our regular refrain of why is it important to you? What's your purpose in being there? I mean, if you think your purpose in being there is to compare yourself to other people and feel bad about it, that seems sad. But that's how most people spend their time on social media.
Or feeling bad. I suppose you're right. However, if your purpose is to watch interspecies videos, go in a cat playing together, then if you follow me, you're going to see them. Send me a friend request, you'll see them. Because there really is a lot of joy in that.
Yeah.
And it does. I just want to make it clear that really mostly it's dog videos. Some cat videos, mostly dog videos. Some interspecies videos.
Yeah. Although didn't you post the cat patty cake video?
Oh my God! Isn't that
originally?
The greatest? Yeah.
Not
originally,
video.
but yeah, between the two of us, yes.
Yeah. You posted it for me to see.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's in the show notes of an episode, but I don't know which one because we do love it so much.
Yeah.
And there's a cat video of a cat that have you seen the one? The cat's on a golf course lying next to the hole and the putting green or the green.
Oh yeah.
And he keeps attacking the ball and not letting it go in the ball in the hole. Love that.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know it seems like a lot of people I talk to find social media stressful, yet don't want to walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, figuring out what you want out of it and then being almost ruthless about just having that experience there and removing everything that takes away from that experience lets you step away from the feelings of perfectionism that might come up about trying to get it right, about trying to meet other people's standards, all of those things that make it not fun.
Right. I think that's great. Taking a proactive approach to your social media, curating your social media feed to the extent that you're allowed by letting go of those people or companies or whatever who aren't making you happy is something that's not hard to do and something many of us don't think about doing, I think. Or I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I don't talk about this with a lot of people, but I know I don't think about doing it much. And then also, as you said, thinking about why you're on social media and let that determine how you curate your feed and also how you participate, what you're putting out there.
Yes. Yeah. And I think allow yourself to have the experience you want to have, not the experience you think you should be having or not the experience you think other people are having, but like what, because social media can really fill you up in a nice way. And so to allow it to do that, to set yourself up so that that's the experience you have can be really wonderful.
Yeah, I like the way you said social media can fill you up. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So how about you, our listeners? What do you like about social media? What feels difficult to you about social media. You can let us know at gettingtogoodenough.com in the show notes. You can leave us a message at 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. Or you can connect with us on social media. We're on Twitter at GTGEnough. We're on Instagram at Getting to Good Enough. And we're on Facebook at Getting to Good Enough. But for now, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Now I want to go curate my social media feeds.
Yeah, I think you should.
And also look for interspecies videos.
And then you must tag me on them when you share.
Okay.